This map is cooked, quite literally. So grab the SSG, drop down, grab the BFG, and you want to kill these two archviles in one shot. If you don't, just restart. And also when you drop down, it's a 20 damaging blood. You want to wait for this archvile to come over so you can SSG him down. But it's 20 damaging blood. If you don't take damage when you drop down, you can actually get in this guy's face and give him his own splash damage if you want to get an extra bit of damage off, in case you like miss an SSG or something. Then SSG down this archvile, grab one more cell pack, and it's time to start the first main fight. So what I do is just camp in this corner here, and I sit here until I see some enemies coming over. There's Revs on the right, Barons and Cacos on the left. No matter what enemy starts coming over, that's my cue to leave. So I see a Caco there, then I go over to the Revs, I bait them about 2 or 3 times to pull the Barons away and to get some infighting started, and then I camp back in the corner and wait for the archviles to spawn. Now, this is where the fight gets a little tricky. You want to use as little BFG on these archviles as possible, but there's still 2 cell packs left. I managed to get away with 140 cells left, which is really good, so I can use basically whatever I have left at my disposal to bait the enemies around into the center, and I can leave the fight with 260 cells. Then I just wait in this corner. Sometimes some Barons come over and you have to use another BFG shot on them, but yeah, just want to leave the fight as soon as possible, grab the blue key, and then drop back down. This was actually really annoying, but also a good showcase of the BS that can happen. Some enemies started flooding in, but yeah, with the blue key we can start this fight. This fight, I feel like I should be explaining what's going on in this fight, but at the same time I really just want it to speak for itself, so I'm just gonna shut up for the rest of this. That fight is way harder than it looks. Each time you cross to reveal, like, okay, I'm gonna pause the demo for a moment to explain the fight. So you can see on the floor there's green and red arrows. Whenever you cross around the center, it reveals the other side of archviles, and each time you cross, it requires basically perfect timing in order to not get zapped, because you don't want to get zapped by the side that's revealed, but you also have to wait for the side that's, like, hidden for them to finish their zaps. So it requires nearly perfect timing every time you cross, and you want to be shooting at the Hell Knights, and you got to be focusing on the Hell Knight fireballs as well. So it requires so much multitasking, and I would probably argue that that is the hardest fight I have ever done in a demo ever. It is so ridiculous. I usually shoot at the Hell Knights until I'm at around 12 or 11 rockets, and then the hardest part of the fight is actually pushing around into the Hell Knights so you can escape the archviles, because what I do is basically like do a little curve motion so I can hide in the corner where the archviles are open, so I don't get zapped, because if the archviles are open on this side and I hide in this corner, you just get zapped into oblivion and you have a very high chance of dying. It is insane, but yeah, it's just crazy fight. Ribix is a damn genius. And then after that, oh, by the way, I used a bit of a panic BFG shot because I only passed this fight, I think, 4 times in demo attempts out of 300 attempts is how many attempts this demo took me. Though, again, a lot probably died to the first fight as well. But yeah, because I used that panic BFG shot, I only have 60 cells left, which is really bad because gotta push back out of this fight, and there's 2 cybers. One is on the other side though, so he was not blocking me, thankfully, but still, I want to make use of this BFG shot to the best of my ability, because I only have 32 rockets if I can't kill both, and I need every rocket I can for the final fight. So what I do is I basically group the cybers up as close as I possibly can so I can make full use of my BFG shots. Or my BFG shot, rather, sorry. This is about the best I could do. Point blank that guy and let the leftover tracers go through into that guy. And then just rocket down and hope I have enough rockets left for the final fight. 17, that's actually really good. And I almost forgot, I left a supercharge available, specifically for the final fight. And this final fight here is significantly easier than the previous fight, but it's still really tough. I died here 3 times. I passed the hard fight 4 times in demo attempts. It took 3 deaths at this fight to finally get it. So what I do is I use a BFG on 2 archviles and then hide in the corner and rocket down as many as I can. So you usually can rocket down about 2. If you get a 3rd, you basically get a free win. But in this case, I just had to rush them, which is really scary because if multiple of them decide to target you at once, then you can actually just get zapped and then rocketed by the cyber and you can't do anything about it. But yeah, 2 BFG shots left. Perfect to 2-shot that guy. And that's the map. Insane, insane map. It may be really short, just over 5 minutes, but it is up there with one of my toughest demos for sure. Burning sensation. The fights in this map are just so well choreographed. It is a crazy map. And yeah, but I think there's actually, do want to say though, for the final fight, there is actually an alternative strat that might be more consistent, but during practice I could never seem to get it right. You can just hide in the other corner and hide from the cybers and the other archviles, but sometimes I just get zapped into oblivion anyways, rushing through. But yeah, just want to point that out. And another thing is that I want to give a bit of a shout out to Dashlet because they maxed every map from Frog, Toad, and Frog and Toad. And yes, that, if you don't know the context, it might sound weird, but those are 3 separate WADs. Frog is one, Toad is another, and then Frog and Toad, which is this WAD. But they had to do map 4 of Frog and Toad, this map, on I'm Too Young to Die. Understandably so, because this is probably the hardest in the WAD by miles. Well, actually no. Maybe the platforming maps, but in terms of like the actual combat, it's just the red key fight that absolutely is the star of the show. It's insane. But yeah. I saw their video and that's what inspired me to give this a try. And yeah. This is one of my hardest demos, in my opinion, purely because of that red key fight. And yeah, that's probably all I really have to say, honestly. Bit of a shorter video, but yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a good one.